On one of our first visits to India, I was in the Wings Children's Home, and I remember hearing something out in the street, and I asked Rama, our preacher there that we work with, what's going on? And he said, well, that's a group of people with leprosy. They're playing music out in the streets, trying to get our attention to come give them some money. They beg every day just to get their food and the basic necessities of life. And from that moment, there was a real tug on my heart to get to know the situation of these people. Found out there's a church in Angol where Molly preaches, one of the preachers that graduated from the preacher school, works with people who have leprosy, and they meet in an abandoned hospital, and every time we go, we worship with them. And from that moment on, I began sharing with people the need. And first a group from Grace Chapel, a small group, said we want to support those people and make sure that they at least have food and the basic necessities of life. And so they've been providing now for these people who are the least of these, that God tells us are His special people.
All who are thirsty, all who are weak, come to the fountain. Dip your heart in the stream of life. Let the pain and the sorrow be washed away in the waves of His mercy. As deep cries out to deep, we sing, come Lord Jesus, 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 come Lord. All who are thirsty, all who are weak, come to the fountain. Dip your heart in the stream of life. Let the pain and the sorrow be washed away in the waves of His mercy. As deep cries out to deep, we sing, come Lord Jesus, come Lord Jesus, come Lord Jesus, come Lord Jesus. Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, come Lord Jesus, come Lord Jesus. All who are thirsty, all who are weak, come to the fountain. Dip your heart in the stream of life. Let the pain and the sorrow be washed away in the waves of His mercy.
Have you ever wondered what Jesus will say to you the very first time that you see Him in glory? You really don't have to wonder. Just read Matthew 25. When we stand before Him, He'll say, I was hungry and you fed me. I was thirsty and you gave me something to drink. I was naked, you clothed me. I was sick and in prison, you came and visited me and cared for me. And then He'll say to each of us, inasmuch as you did it to the least of these, you did it to me, my brothers. I want you to think how that'll sound as you provided in those ways, or how it would sound if you had to say, well, I didn't see you that way. And He'll say, inasmuch as you didn't do it to these, you didn't do it to me. I want to say that there is an opportunity to care for people right here in America, but the need is so great in India. The people are the least of the least. They are so poor. And for $30 a month, you can provide the basic necessities of life: food, clothing, water, medical care. And so you can go to our website, 127Pure, and make a contribution with a credit card. A contribution that could go on every month and provide for a person with leprosy. Here's a picture of my wife with one of those sweet ladies. She died this past summer. She went to be with the Lord. And I want you to imagine what it'll be like to be able to go to glory and see someone like this that you cared for, that you fed, that you gave the care that they needed, so they didn't have to beg every day. And for the Lord to look at you and say, "Well done, good and faithful servant."
But I love you.
I love you.
Yeah, Valentine's Day.
Stream of life, let the pain and the sorrow be washed away in the waves of His mercy as deep cries out.